Welcome to the campus of Emmanuel Lutheran High School, where we have the JV Triangular Tournament here today, and the first game is going to be Emmanuel Lutheran Lancers against the Memorial Old A's. All right, we're starting off the game with number 18, Izzy Rail, serving for the Lancers. Her serve's over, and over and one on the other team. And a hit into the net by number 16, Madison Bauer, making it the Memorial Abe's ball. We had a substitution, number 31 for 15, coming in to serve. Nice serve over the net to back row, where they set it up and went up for the hit, and it was a block kill with number 11 and number 32, making it the Abe's serve again. Ball's up for the serve, and it's just short, giving her an ace. Number 31 is up for her third serve. Ball's up, and it's straight to the back row, which they get up, and it's a little sloppy, but it's over the net. They get bump set over. Emmanuel sets it up, and they had a little bit of miscommunication, I think, and the ball went off to the sidelines. Fourth serve for number 31. Ball's up and over. Good up by Audrey Arndt. And a nice hit over, but they dig it pretty well, and it gets tipped over and back. And it good spot placement on the tip. Now number 14, Cheyenne Wales, is up to serve for the Emmanuel Lancers. Serves up, and she had a pretty nice serve to the back row, which they tried to set it up, but didn't quite make it over the net. Now it's the second serve for number 14. Serves up, and it looks like Emmanuel has the point for out of rotation on the Memorial Abes. So that's automatically Emmanuel's point. Leading in the score right now, 3-4, Abe's winning. Serves up, and it looks like it was just out, probably by a couple feet. Now number 32 is going back to serve for the Abes. Ball's up for serve, and she serves it. A nice push from the back row. It gets set up, and they tip, and it touches just off the blocker's hands and falls in the court. Number 32, second serve. Ball's up, and it's a nice roll straight to Natalie in the back row. That gets set and bumped back over. They had a good setup, bump, set, and a nice set. And then a hit into the net. So now it's Emmanuel's point for that one. There's a substitution for the Lancers. Number 9, Kirsten, is going in for number 5, Natalie. And number 10, Ava Williams, is back to serve. Serves up. And a nice serve. They were able to serve receive that pretty well, and they bumped it back over. And then a push back to the Abe side. And a free ball over, but it doesn't quite make it over the net. That's Emmanuel's point again, and Ava Williams goes back for her second serve. Ball's up, and she gets it straight to the libero. Pretty easy set, and the setter dumped it over. Emmanuel wasn't ready for that one. Substitution for the Abes. Number 21 is coming in for number 23, and number 22 is going in for number 11. And it looks like number 22 is going back to serve. Serves up, and it's a nice roll right over. It gets a good up and tried to hit it over, but it looks like we were a little out of placement for that one. Abe serve again. Ball's up, and good up by Ava Williams to the setter, and a roll over. And it got pushed back over on the second hit and set up for a middle hit, which, oh, that was a nice hit. Pretty scrappy. And then, oh, we tried to bump it over. It was a little out of placement, but we couldn't quite make it over the net, so it's the Abe's ball again. Number 22 going up for her third serve. Ball's up. And a good serve received by Cheyenne Wales. A nice set and a hit by Kirsten. But it looks like it's automatically it looks like it's automatically Emmanuel's ball because one of Abe's was in the net. We have a substitution on the Emmanuel side. Number 4, Ella Bernthal, going in for number 16, Madison Bauer, and Ella is going back to serve. Ball's up. And a nice hard serve to the back row that they hit to the ceiling and weren't able to get back over. Second serve for Ella Bernthal. Ball's up. And another hard serve straight to the libero that also hit the ceiling again. I believe that's another ace for her. Looks like her serves are going pretty hard at the back row there. Another serve, and it was just short. That's another ace for Emmanuel. Ella's killing it with the serves. Ella goes back for, I believe, her 4th serve. Ball's up. And another really hard serve. That is another ace for Emmanuel because the line judge called it in. The score is currently 10-9, Emmanuel winning. And we have a timeout called from the Abes. That's one timeout called for McDonald. Oh, sorry. Memorial. Wrong team. And Ella's serving again. Another hard serve, but it looks like it was pretty far out of bounds, which they called out. Looks like their timeout worked. We have a substitution for the Aves, and it was number 5 going in for number 14, and number 5 is going back to serve. Another substitution for the Aves, I believe. Number 15 going in for number 31. The score is currently 10-10. Ball's up. And it's a serve straight to Izzy Rail, which they kind of bump, and then it's a free ball, but it hits the ceiling and doesn't quite go over. That's another point for the Aves, and number 5 goes back to serve again. Ball's up. A good up, straight over, and it looks like she kind of flung her arm out to try and get to it, but they weren't quite able to recover from that one, so it's Emmanuel's ball again. And I believe number 1, Audrey Arndt, is going back to serve. And we have a substitution. Number 13, Allie Roth, is going in for number 18, Izzy Rail. Ball's up. And it was a really hard serve, but it went straight into the net. So that's another point for Aves. The score is currently 12-11. Memorial is ahead. We have the Libero number 13 going to serve. Ball's up. Pretty nice serve that we were able to get up right away. Over in 1. They set it up on a back row drive that goes over, but it lands in, and we were not able to get that one up. So that's another point for Memorial. Libero's second serve. Pretty nice serve. Good up. That was straight to the setter, but they called a double on the setter. So that's another one of Memorial's points. Ball's up. And another hard serve and an over in 1. And it looks like they did a back row drive that we were able to get up, but it hit the ceiling and came straight down. That's another point for Memorial, and the score is currently 15-11, Memorial in the lead. Serves up, another hard serve that they got an ace on. And we have a timeout called for Emmanuel. The score is currently 16-11, Memorial in the lead. Each team has called one timeout, and it is number 13, Libero, serve again. Serves up another hard serve to Ava, and it looks like they tried to get it over in 2, but it didn't quite make it over. The Libero goes back to serve again. Serves up, and another really hard serve, but we were able to get that one up, and a set, and Allie hits it over. That they were able to get a good drive on. A good up from the back row, another set, and then a free ball over. Good spot placement. And they hit that one, and we got it up. A good dig by Audrey Arndt. And another hard hit from the outside that we were able to put back into play. The Libero sets it up for the outside. and I get another good up from Emmanuel, and then try to free ball it over, but the ball goes just out on their side. That was a tough volley, but Memorial came out with the point. Number 13 serves again, and another really hard serve to the back row with a good up, but we tipped and blocked back down, so didn't quite go exactly how we wanted. It again is Memorial's ball, and the score right now is 19-11. Memorial in the lead. Another good serve, but it turns out that we couldn't actually set that one up again, so that's an ace for Memorial. We have a substitution, number 11, Abby Heinze for number 1, Audrey Arndt. Ball's up. Another hard serve straight to Ava, but looks like wasn't in the right placement for that, and that was another ace for Memorial. Another timeout from Emmanuel called. The score is currently 21-11, Memorial in the lead. It's currently 2 timeouts from Emmanuel and 1 timeout from Memorial. And the Libero is serving yet again. A good serve up by Cheyenne, and Ella Bernthal tried to back set it, but it didn't quite go where she wanted to, and we weren't able to get it back over the net. Number 13, Libero goes back to serve again. Ball's up, and another really hard serve, but we were able to get it up, but it gets free balled back over. They get it up and tip it over. We hit it up and free ball it over. They saw that one coming and were able to line up for it. And we tried to go up for the overpass, but it looks like we didn't really get the right placement for that one either. Number 13 goes back to serve again. The score is currently 23-11. Another very hard hit and a drive over by Ava Williams. That was pretty good. But a double was called on number 5. So that is so that's Emmanuel's point, and it is currently 23-12. And number 9, Kirsten Gallagher, is going back to serve. Serves up, and a good serve to the Libero, which she puts up straight to the setter. And they hit it, but it goes a little bit out, so that's Emmanuel's point again. Kirsten Gallagher goes back to serve her second serve. Serves up, and she gets it right over, and that's an ace right in front of the blue line. That she hit a good spot, and they weren't ready for that one either. Serves up, and she serves it over the net, but it goes a little bit out of bounds. It's currently 24-14, game point. A substitution for the Old Aves, number 23 for number 21, and number 11 for number 22. And for the Emmanuel Lancers, we have number 5, Natalie Gergel, going in for number 9, Kirsten Gallagher. 23 for Memorial is back to serve right now. It's currently game point. Serves up. A nice float serve. And we tip it over, but it gets tipped right back over. They free ball it and tip it over again, but they are able to get the point on that one. And that finishes the first set with a score of 25-14, Memorial in the lead. Okay. Welcome back from our short little break. This is the second set of the game between Memorial and Emmanuel. It looks like it's starting with the Memorial Abes having the serve. Number 23 is going to end up serving for them. Ball's up. A pretty nice float serve that we did not have position for or any communication for, so it pretty much got shanked. Second serve for number 23. Ball's up. And a nice serve that we did not have the right positioning on, so that was an ace for her. Number 23 for her third serve. Ball's up. And a pretty hard serve. Looked like it could have been out, but another ace for her. Ball's up. Another hard serve that we're able to get up. And we try and drive it over, but it looks like it comes a little short and falls in the net. Number 23 is up for her fifth serve, I believe. The score is 4-0. Ball's up. And it's a pretty hard serve that we didn't have the right positioning for. We tried to get under it, but it looks like we just couldn't get there in time after it hit the ceiling. Serves up. And it's a serve right into the net. That's Emmanuel's ball. The score is currently 5-1. And number 18, Izzy Rail, is going back to serve for Emmanuel. Ball's up, and the serve's over. They get a good up straight to the setter and a middle hit, but it looks like it lands out of bounds. That's Emmanuel's point. And number 18, Izzy Rail, goes back for her second serve. Serves up, and it's pretty drifty float, and it lands just out of bounds, just a little bit out. There's a substitution for the Memorial. Number 31 is going in for number 15, and 31 is going back to serve. Ball's up for 31, and Audrey gets a good up. It's a free ball over on the second hit. Memorial sets it up, and a hard hit from their outside that we're able to get up. And then Cheyenne Wales has a nice hit down the middle. And then they had quite a bit of an overpass, but Madison goes up and hits it down, and it looks like they weren't ready for that one. I believe number 14, Cheyenne Wills, is going back to serve for Emmanuel. Ball's up. A good hard serve that their libero gets up, and it's tipped straight over. We are able to get it, but it looks like it went a little bit further than we wanted, and we weren't quite able to get it back over. That's Memorial's ball, and the score is currently 3-7 with Memorial in the lead. Number 32 for Memorial is going to serve. Ball's up. A pretty hard serve straight to the back row, but they get a good up, and it gets free balled back over. And it looks like that was a free ball kill from, I believe, number 16, Madison Bauer. A little bit of miscommunication on Memorial's end. The libero comes back in for Memorial, and number 10, Ava Williams, is going back to serve for Emmanuel. Ball's up. A good serve that they get straight to their setter, and a hit, but we are able to dig it pretty well. Natalie goes to hit and gets it over, but they get back up, and a hard hit from their right side that we are able to dig. And then that's a hard free ball over to the other side, and then a free ball tip. And it looks like we tried to go up for the overpass, but we missed it a little bit. Substitution for Emmanuel Answers. Number 2, Sophia Carstensen is going in for number 5, Natalie Gergel. And for Memorial side, we have number 21 going in for number 23. And number 22 is going in for number 11. I believe number 22 is going back to serve. And the score is currently 4-8 with Memorial in the lead. Serves up for number 22. A good hit. Ava puts it over in one, and then it gets tipped back over. But it looks like they were over the net, and they had an illegal call. And so that's Emmanuel's point. Substitution on Emmanuel's side, number 4, Ella Bernthal, going in for number 16, Madison Bauer. And Ella Bernthal is also going back to serve. Hopefully she can have a serving run like she did last time. Maybe I jinxed it. She went out on her first serve, so that's Memorial's ball. They have a couple substitutions, number 5 going in for number 14, and number 15 going in for number 31. Number 5 is going back to serve for Memorial. Ball's up for number 5, and it's a very short serve that Sophia gets up to Izzy. Ella Bernthal free balls it over. They set it up, the Libero tries to get it, and a right side hit that we are able to get back up, and a free, whoa. Number 5 is up to serve, and a nice short serve that we tip over and they weren't ready for. Number 5, and it looks like number 15 tried to dive for that, but neither of them could get there in time. That's Emmanuel's ball. And number 1, Audrey Arndt, is going back to serve for Emmanuel. Ball's up. A nice hard serve over to the Libero. She gets a good up to the setter, and a hit from the outside that we are in good positioning to cover for. And then it gets hit by Izzy Rail, and they dig it back up and roll it back over. Ava Williams gets it up. Ella sets it up. And Cheyenne hits a hard hit to the outside. They set it back up because it was an over and one. Sophia hits another hard hit. And it looks like it's Emmanuel's ball because number 24, I believe, from Memorial was in the net. Number 1, Audrey Arndt, goes back to serve for her second serve. The score is currently 7-10. Memorial in the lead still. Serves up. A nice hard serve to the back row. And they set it, but looks like the outside, number 15, tried to go for the set and just wasn't able to get there after the setter got there. Audrey goes back for her third serve. Serves up. Another hard serve, and it was just out by a little bit. Memorial's ball, and a Libero substitution, number 32 for number 24, and the Libero number 13 is serving for Memorial. Serves up, and serves it right into the middle of the net. That's Emmanuel's ball, and a substitution for Emmanuel. Number 2, Sophia Carstensen, is going out, and number 5, Natalie Gergel, is coming in for her and serving as well. Serves up, and a nice hard serve that they tried to, looks like it had a little bit of miscommunication, and that's Emmanuel's point. Natalie goes back to serve again. Serves up, another hard float serve. That was a little of an overpass, and we tried to go up for it, but our positioning probably wasn't just right. Substitution for the Abes. Number 23 is going in for number 21, and number 11 is going in for number 22. Looks like number 23 is going back to serve. Ball's up. We're able to get it up and try and set it up, but it's a free ball back over. A good up by the Libero to the setter, and they go for the middle hit that we had good positioning on, but we just weren't able to get it back up where we wanted it to. That's Memorial's point again. And number 23 goes back to serve again. Serves up. A nice hard serve to Natalie, and she gets it up, but it looks like there was a little, I don't know what you would call that, blockage in the back row to get the ball back. Number 23 is serving again. Serves it to Audrey, and looks like it couldn't get back up to the setter quite right. We're having another substitution for the Lancers. Number 11, Abby Heinze, is going in for number 1, Audrey Arndt. The score is currently 10-15, Memorial in the lead. Serves up. A nice hard serve that we get up, but it looks like we had an overpass, and number 32 from Memorial went up for a nice hit and was able to smack it right back down. Number 23 serves again. And it looks like she didn't hit the right part of her hand, and it went off to the side. That's going to be Emmanuel's point. 11-16 is the score. We have a substitution. Number 16, Madison Bauer, going in for number 4, Ella Bernthal. And number 18, Izzy Rail, is serving for the Emmanuel Lancers. Serves up. A good float serve that they get to their setter to get an outside hit. But it looks like it was a little close to the net, and they didn't have good positioning for the hit. That's Emmanuel's point again, and Izzy Rail goes back to serve for her second serve this round. Serves up. And a real short serve. Good placement on that one. They get a push over, and we set it back up for Cheyenne to hit. And she had a nice hit, but they had good positioning on that. A right side tip that we try and set back up, and a free ball back over. The libero looks like that was a little bit of an overpass, and I think that we just didn't have the best positioning. Substitutions, number 31 goes in for number 15, and on the Emmanuel side, for the Emmanuel side, we have number 1, Audrey Arndt, going in for number 11, Abby Heinze. And it's Memorial serve with number 31 serving. Serves up, and Audrey gets a good up, but looks like we just weren't ready for that one. Memorial's ball again, and the score is 12-18 with Memorial in the lead. Substitution on Memorial side, number 14 is going in for number 5. Number 31 serves. Pretty backspin type of serve she had. What would you call that? Backspin? Yeah, that's backspin, right? Yeah. Okay. We had a bit of miscommunication, but she's going to serve again. A float serve that Madison gets a good up, but it hits the ceiling, and the setter wasn't quite able to get to it in time. Timeout called for Emmanuel Lutheran. The score is 20-12 with Memorial in the lead right now. Timeout's over. We have number 31 serving Serves up. Hard serve to the back row that Madison Bauer gets up. Izzy sets it up to her, and she hits it over. Oh, but a nice block, and it gets tipped back over, but it looks like they're calling that as a lift. So that'll be a Manuel's point. Number 14, Cheyenne Wales, is going to serve for Emmanuel. Serves up. A nice serve. They get it up, and the setter gets it over. A roll over, and Cheyenne Wells has a good dig. And we try to free ball it over, but it goes into the net. That's going to be Memorial's point. Number 32 is going back to serve for Memorial. And she serves it over, but we had some miscommunication and did not decide who was getting the ball on that one. The score is 13-22. Serves up, but it's served straight into the net. So that's going to be Emmanuel's point on that one. Libero comes back in, and we have a substitution for Emmanuel. Number 2, Sophia Carsonson is serving for or is not serving, but is going in for number 5. Number 10, Ava Williams is serving. A nice serve over straight to the Libero. They set it up, but it looks like the set was a little too close to the net. Wasn't quite what they were expecting. Number 10, Ava Williams, goes back to serve again. Serves up. Another good serve straight to the Libero. Setters up to the outside. Outside takes a good hit, but it goes into the net. Ava goes back to serve again. Ball's up. Another good hard hit to the Libero. The Libero gets it up, but the server tips it over. Looks like we weren't really ready for a tip to come over. We were trying to cover more for a hit. We have some substitutions. Number 21 for number 23, and number 22 for number 11. Number 22 for Memorial is going back to serve. Serves up. Good serve over. Good up by Audrey Arndt, and Izzy sets it to Maddie, who free balls it over. The Libero gets the ball up on the other side, and they hit it to outside. But it looks like one of our players was in the net, and that's Memorial's point on that one. It's game point right now, 16-24, and number 22 is going back to serve again. Serves up. A good hard serve. Good up by Cheyenne, who gets set, and Madison hits it over. They get a good setup, and they hit for the outside, but Cheyenne gets a good dig. Free balls it over. The Libero gets it up to the setter. Setter goes to her back row, who gets pushes over. Ava, good up. Sets up by Izzy, and a nice bump over. A hit on the outside that we have good coverage for. That's tipped, and free ball back over. They set it up for a middle hit, and it was Memorial's point for another net violation. That's going to be the end of the second set. The final score is 16-25 Memorial. looks like that we're going to have a third set. They called the captains up, and it looks like Memorial won the serve right now. Number 23 is going to go back to serve, and I believe that this set is only going to go to 15 points. Number 23 serves. A nice serve over. Natalie gets it up. Maddie sets it back, and Cheyenne gets it over. Free ball up to the setter, and then a middle hit that we are covering for, but it looks like we just didn't get it up quite high enough. Number 23 goes back to serve her second serve. She serves it. Nice hard float serve that we get back over in one and set back over, and they hit it, and we set it back up again. And we tried to get it back over, but it looks like we didn't, or there was a little bit of miscommunication on that one. Number 23 has her third serve. A nice jump serve, but it goes into the net. That's going to be Emmanuel's point on that one. Looks like number 18, Izzy Rail, is going back to serve. The score is currently 2-1 Memorial. Serves up. A large float serve that they get straight to the setter and they dump it over. And looks like we get it back over in a free ball. A nice bump to the setter who sets a back set and a good 9 that we dig and get it up into the ceiling and recover it, but it looks like the push we made was just not quite high enough. Substitution for Memorial. Number 31 is going in for number 15, and 31 is going back to serve. Serves up. Hard serve that Audrey gets to in time, but number 31 goes back to serve again. Serves up. A nice hard serve. Madison gets it up. Izzy gets it up, and Audrey tries to get back over, but it looks like the ground was a little slippery. She lost her shoe. Looks like we're going to make a substitution for Emmanuel. Number 11, Abby Heinze, is going in for number 1, Audrey Arndt. Number 31 is going to serve again. Serves up. Serve to Abby. Abby gets a good up to Izzy. And Cheyenne hits it over, but it gets blocked by their middle hitter. Number 31 goes back to serve again. And Abby gets it up to Izzy. And Madison free balls it over to the Libero. Good up to the setter who sets a back set. And she sets it, and looks like the hit was a little bit long. Good power in it, though. Emmanuel's point for that one. Number 14, Cheyenne Wales, goes back to serve. A nice hard serve. They get up and set and gets dumped over. Free ball, and then Ava hits it over, but it looks like it was just a little bit out of bounds. Substitution for the Emmanuel Lancers. Number 8, Natalie Story, goes in for number 14, Cheyenne Wales. And number 32 for Memorial is going back to serve. Serves up. Good hard serve over that lands just inside of Emmanuel's court, giving her an ace. 32 goes back to serve again. A Another hard serve. Natalie gets up, but wasn't quite to the target. Score is currently 2-9. Memorial in the lead. Another hard serve. Natalie gets a good up. The other Natalie helps her out and then pushes it over. A good bump and set, and a nice outside hit with a lot of power, but it went into the net. Libero Switch comes back in, and then substitutions. Number 1, Audrey Arndt, goes in for number 11, Abby Heinze. And number 2, Sophia Carstensen, goes in for number 5, Natalie Girdle. Ava Williams, number 10, is serving for Emmanuel. Serves, the libero gets a good up, sets back set. That was over, and we were ready to cover that one. But it looks as if we had a net violation from the Lancers, and that's going to be a Memorial's point. Substitutions, number 21 is going in for number 23, and number 22 is going in for number 11. Number 22 is also going to go back and serve. The score is currently 3-10 with Memorial in the lead. 22 serves. A good serve. Audrey gets a good up. Izzy gets there, and Maddie hits it over. That looked like it would have been out, but the libero went for it and got a touch on it. That's going to be Emmanuel's point. Substitutions for Emmanuel. Number 4, Ella Bernthal, is going in for number 16, Madison Bauer. And Ella Bernthal is also going to go back and serve for Emmanuel. Serves up. A nice hard serve, but it was just out of bounds. Another substitutions. For Memorial, we have number 5 going in for number 14. And number 15 going in for number 31. And then we also have a substitution for Emmanuel, where number 13, Allie Roth, is going in for number 18, Izzy Rail. The score is currently 4-11, Memorial in the lead, and number 5 is serving. Ball up, a short serve that she had a good placement for on the court. She's going to go back to serve again. Ball up. Natalie gets a good up. Ella sets it up, and Sophia pushes it over. They get good up, and they have an outside hitter where you get the ball up, set it up, and free ball it over, which was just out of bounds. Number 5 is going to go back to serve again. The score is currently 4-13, Memorial. Number 5 served a good serve. Allie got it up, and they tried to tip it. It was more like a joust type of thing, but it looks like number 24 was able to go up with stronger hands. Number 5 is going up to serve, and I believe this is game point, 4-14. Good serve. Ella gets it up. Natalie bumps it, and Sophia bumps it over. The libero tries, and they push it over. Setter tips it over, but it's going to be their point because was that a carry or was that net violation on Emmanuel? I guess we're not going to 15. We're going to 25. Number 5 serves again. Natalie gets a good up. Ella sets it, and Allie Roth has a nice hit. They get a good upset, and the outside has a pretty strong hit that went straight to Natalie, but we just didn't have the right positioning for. Number 5 goes back to serve again. Ball's up. A good serve. Natalie gets a good up straight to Ella, and Allie tries to hit it over. It just goes a little bit outside of the boundaries. Score is currently 4-17. Memorial in the lead. Number 5 serves again. Looks like it went off her hand a little bit weirdly. We have some substitutions. Number 11, Abby Heinze, is going in for number 1, Audrey Arndt. And Abby is going back to serve for Emmanuel. Serves up, and a nice short serve that they are able to get up and over. That's tipped back over, and the outside goes up for a hit, but it's a little bit out. Good call for Emmanuel back row. Number 11, Abby Heinze, is going to serve again. But her serve was a little bit short this time. A Libero switch for Memorial and a substitution for Emmanuel. Number 9, Kirsten Gallagher, is going in for number 10, Ava Williams. And number 13 for Memorial is going back to serve. She has a nice hard serve. Kirsten gets a good up. Set to the middle, and Allie gets a good spot placement on the court. Setter sets to the back row, who does a nice drive, but it lands out of bounds. That's going to be Emmanuel's point. The score is 7-18. Memorial in the lead. Number 2, Sophia Carstensen, goes back to serve for Emmanuel. Serves up. A nice hard serve. They had a good serve receive on that one. Set to right side. Good up by Sophia. Ella sets, and Allie tips it over. Ella gets a nice help. And they tried to pow it back over, but it also lands out of bounds. That's Emmanuel's point again. And then we're going to have a substitution for Emmanuel. Number 14, Cheyenne Wales, is going in for number 8, Natalie Story. And number 2, Sophia Carstensen, continues to serve. Another good hard serve. Middle tries to hit it, and Ella Bernthal puts it over and 1. Back set to number 21. Good up by Sophia with coverage. Allie hits it over, but it doesn't quite go over the net. We have some substitutions for Memorial. Number 23 is going in for number 21. And number 11 is going in for number 22. 23 is going to end up serving this. The next substitution is number 5, Natalie Gergel, for number 2, Sophia Carstensen. And I believe we're also having a lineup check for Emmanuel. The score is currently 8-19, Memorial in the lead. 23 serves. Nice jump serve. And looks like she gets an ace off of that one. 8-20, Memorial in the lead. Number 23 serves again. She has a pretty good jump serve, I would say. Serves. A nice hard float serve that we weren't able to get the right positioning for on that one. Number 23 goes back to serve again. Another good float jump serve that we get up, and it gets tried to get pushed over, but doesn't quite make it. Number 23 goes back to serve again. Continues her serving run. Another hard float jump serve that we get a good up on, but it looks like we weren't able to help her out on that one. The score is 8-23, Memorial. Number 23 goes to serve again. Another hard jump serve, but that one was a little bit off, and she went into the net for that one. The score is 9-23, and we have some substitutions. Number 18, Izzy Rail, going in for number 13, Allie Roth, and number 16, Madison Bauer, going in for number 4, Ella Bernthal. Number 18, Izzy Rail, is serving. Serves up, and a good serve that they get a good up to, and they set a 9, but it looks like she saw the open spot on the court and tipped it right over the block, and we weren't ready for that one. We're going to have substitutions, 31 for 15 and 14 for 5. Number 31 is going to serve, and the score is game point 9-24, Memorial. Number 31 is going to serve. She had lots of topspin on that one and got an ace off of that serve. That's going to end the first game of the triangular from Emmanuel to Memorial. The ending score was 9-25 Memorial, and they won all 3 sets. Game number 2 of the Manual Triangular is going to be between Memorial Old Abe's and the North Huskies. We're going to start with some lineup checks, and then the Liberos are both going to go in. Memorial won the serve. Number 23 is serving. A nice serve to the Libero, who gets it up, and free balls back over. Libero up, set to back. A nice hit. That was in. That was a nice hit for number 11. That's going to be Memorial's ball. Number 23 is going to have her second serve. Nice jump serve. A good up from the back row. And then a free ball from number 12. Set it back up. Set in the middle. A nice hit. The Libero gets a good up. But the setter doesn't get to that one in time. That's going to be Memorial's point. The score right now is 2-0 Memorial. Number 23 is serving. A nice jump serve that the back row, number 15, didn't have the right platform for. Number 23 is going to have her fourth serve. Another powerful serve, but that one went into the net. We're going to have a substitution for North. Number 14 is going in for number 7. And number 8 is going back to serve. A good up by the Libero. Number 23 gets it. And a free ball from the middle. Number 15 to the setter. And a free ball from the Libero. A set to the middle, who had a nice hit, but it was just out of bounds. Number 8 goes back to serve again. Serves up. And a nice topspin serve that they weren't really able to get control of. Number 8 goes back to serve again, and the score is tied at 3 right now. Serves up. And a nice hard serve. Gets a good up. Sets to the outside, who has a good hit. The Libero gets it up. Set to the outside, who gets a good drive. And they tried to dump it over, but it went just a little short and hit the net. Number 8 goes back to serve again. Nice hard serve. A good up to the setter, who dumps it over, but North was ready for that. And then they tried to drive it over, but it was a little bit of miscommunication. Substitution number 31 going in for number 15 for Memorial. And she is also going to go back and serve. Number 31 is serving. Serves up. A floaty serve. That was just out of bounds. Number 15 for North is going to go back and serve. Number 15 has a jump serve, and the Libero gets it up and over in 1 14 sets and a free ball from number 12. Gets set up and a nice hard hit from number 11, but it lands just out of bounds. Number 15 for North has to serve again. Another jump serve. Good float. Libero gets it up, and number 14 also, but it looks like they weren't able to get back out to the sidelines in time to recover it. North is serving again. The score is 7-4 North. Good serve. Up by 31. Setter gets it over and a tip over. It gets set back up and a free ball from the back row. The setter sets it, dumps it over. And a hit from the outside that got a touch on it, and it gets tipped over, but it looks like number 11 was in the net, so that's going to be North's point again. Number 15 goes back to serve again. Serves up. Another hard serve. Libero gets a good up. Sets to the middle, and a nice hard hit, but it goes just out of bounds. Number 15 goes back to serve again. Serves it straight to the Libero, gets a good up, and setter dumps it hard over. Sets and outside, gets a hit on it. The outside. A good up from the back row. Setter and a free ball back over. The Libero gets it and sets a 9, but it went just over the net. And a hit, but it looked like it didn't quite get over the net, and that was a double hit. Number 15 for North goes back to serve again. Ball's up. Nice good serve, a good up, and gets dumped over. And number 4 tries to push it back over, but it looks like they're going to call that as a lift or a carry. Libero switch and a substitution on North side. Number 9 is going in for number 15. And number 32 for Memorial is going to serve. Serves up. Good serve. A good up from the back row. She sets it to the outside, and looks like the outside tried to hit it, but it didn't quite get over the net, so that was going to be 4 hits on their side. Number 32 goes back to serve again. A good up, but that's going to be an ace for number 32 for lack of communication. Score is currently 10-7, North in the lead. 32 serves. Good serve. Good up, but the Libero has to help it out, and a tip over. Setter pushes it to the backside, and they get blocked by number 4 and number 12. Libero switch again for Memorial, and another Libero switch for the North team. Number 26, the Libero is going to serve for North. Serves it straight to the Libero, who gets a good up, sets to the middle, has a nice hard hit that landed in bounds. That's going to be Memorial's point. And there's going to be some substitutions. We're going to have number 21 going in for number 23, and number 22 going in for number 11. Number 22 is going to go back and serve for Memorial, my bad. And the score right now is 11-8, North in the lead. Ball's up. Good serve, hit right in the middle, and the Libero had a good up, but nobody was able to get there in time to help her out on that one. Number 22 is going to go back and serve again. A good hit, good serve, but it looks like North was out of rotation. And so that's going to be automatically Memorial's point. And number 22 is going to serve again after the rotation check. Number 22 serves it over. A good up and a tip over from the setter. Gets pushed to the back corner, and the libero is able to get to it, and a free ball help out. Gets pushed over. The setter sets it to the outside, who has a nice hard hit that gets shanked, so that's Memorial's team. Number 22 serves again to the libero. And that was a nice help from the setter and a free ball back over. Gets a bump set to the outside, who hits it hard, and they help her out and push it over. It looks like it just went over, but I believe it hit the ceiling on the way. So that's going to be Memorial's point. And the score is 11-12 with Memorial in the lead. Number 22 serves again. Up. That's going to be an ace for Memorial. Another serve. Libero gets a good up and helps from the outside in a middle hit. That was a pretty hard hit, and Memorial wasn't really able to recover from that one. Substitution for Memorial. Number 7 is going in for number 14, and she's also going to go back and serve. Ball's up. A nice hard serve, but it looks like there's miscommunication with the setter and her back row player. That's North's point. Number 7 is going to serve again. Nice hard serve. Libero gets a good up, and she sets a 9. The right side gets a good hit. Setter helps her out, and a free ball over from the outside. Good up to the setter. Sets it to the middle, and she has a nice hit, but it lands just out of bounds. So North is going to end up serving again. Good serve from North. And a nice set dump over to Libero. Gets a good up and a free ball over from the right side. A nice up from the Libero to the setter and a push over that gets. So that's going to end up being North's point. And North serves, but this serve was a little bit out of bounds. So that's going to be Memorial's point. There's going to be a substitution for Memorial. Number 5 is going in for number 14, and number 15 is going in for number 31. Number 5 is going back to serve. Ball's up. Gets a good setup from the middle, and the setter tries to push it over, but looks like it didn't work quite as well as she wanted. Number 5 is going to go back and serve again. The score is tied at 15. Good up. And they hit it over. Number 8 hits it over and gets a kill. Straight to the middle where no players were at. Substitution for North Huskies. Number 15 is going in for number 9. And number 4 for the North is going to go back and serve. A nice hard serve. The Libero gets it up, and the back row helps her out. And they try and free ball it over, but just wasn't enough power under that one. Number 4 is going to go back and serve again. Another nice hard serve, but it's just out of bounds. So that's going to be Memorial's point. We have a Libero Switch. And the score is 17-16 with North in the lead. Number 13, Libero is serving. Nice hard serve. Gets a good out. Setter sets it to the middle, and she tips it over, but the block was there and ready, and it went straight back down. And the coverage wasn't quite there. Number 13 is going to go back and serve again. That's a nice hard serve, kind of floated upwards. The Libero tried to help it out, but it didn't work. Number 13 serves again. Another hard serve. A good up from the back row. Number 7, and tries to set it up, but looks like it was a little too close to the net for the team to do anything with it. Number 13 goes back to serve again. And that's going to be an automatic point for Memorial because it looks like they were out of North Huskies were out of rotation. Score is currently 17-20, Memorial in the lead. Ball's up for number 13, another good serve. That number 15 tried to cover, but it looks like she was angled in the wrong direction. 13 goes back to serve again. Another good hard serve. Libero gets it up, and miscommunication again on North side. Timeout called for the North Huskies. The score is currently 17-22 with Memorial in the lead. I believe that's one timeout called for North and no timeouts called for Memorial. Number 13 is serving. Good up by number 4 back row. But the number 7 tried to tip it over and the block pushed her back. Memorial's point. Score is currently 17-23 Memorial. Ball's up. Nice hard serve. But the line judge called it as in. So that's going to be Memorial's point, and this is also game point. Number 13 serving. Another nice hard serve. Good up by the Libero. And a set to the outside, who is not quite ready to tip it over. That's going to be the end of the first set. 17-25 Memorial. The second set is about to start. This one is again between Eau Claire North and Eau Claire Memorial. It's currently 1-0 set-wise with Memorial in the lead. Number 8 for North is about to serve. Ball up. Hard serve. Good up from back row. Help from the front row. And a free ball over. Front row helps. And a back set. Libero pushes up to setter. Setter does the middle. And the middle does a nice hit, but it lands just out of bounds. Number 8 goes back to serve again. Ball up. Nice float serve. That a free ball is over and one, but they put it back over. Third serve for number 8. Another nice hard serve. Libero gets it. Helps it to the outside or back sets over. And looks like they weren't able to recover from that one. It's going to be a Memorial serve after the sub. Number 31 in for number 15. Number 31 goes back to serve. Ball up. Nice hard serve. Libero gets up. Number 15 helps and free ball over. And 14 tries to hit it down, but it lands out of bounds. It's going to be North serve. Number 15 is going to serve for them. Gets it over and right in the nice spot. Libero puts it over in one, and they had a little bit of miscommunication. Number 32 for Memorial is serving. Ball up. Nice hard serve. Libero gets up. Setter sets it to the outside, and a nice hard hit that kind of rolls along the net and falls down. It's going to be North's point. The Libero, number 26, is going to serve for North. Ball up. Nice hard serve. Number 11 gets up to the setter. Setter sets that outside, who hits and gets blocked. They recover it to the ceiling, but they aren't able to get it back from that. Substitutions, number 21 is going in for number 23, and number 22 is going in for 11. 22 is going to go back to serve for Memorial, and the score is currently 4-3 with, I believe, North in the lead. Good serve. Good up to the setter, but the setter wasn't able to turn around in order to get it. Another point for Memorial. And 22 is going to serve again. Another good serve right in the hole. And it gets powed down by the middle, number 24. It's going to be Memorial's point, and the score is 5-4 with Memorial taking the lead. 22 serves, and a good up from the middle back row, and a free ball over that barely hit. And a pow from the outside, number 13, and the Libero tried to go for it but couldn't get to it in time. That's going to be North's point, and there's a substitution. for North. Number 7 for number 13. And number 7 is going to go back and serve. Score is currently tied at 5. 7 is serving. Nice hard serve. Libero gets a good up. Setter sets back. And they have a nice hit from number 14 on the right side. There's going to be some substitutions. Number 5 for number 14 and number 15 for number 31. Number 5 is going to go back and serve. Serves up. A lob serve. Good up from the middle back row. And an outside hit that gets a good spot placement right above the blue line on the other side. Number 5 tried to go for it but didn't quite get there in time. Substitution for North. Number 9 for number 4. Number 9 is going to go ahead and serve. Score is currently tied at 6. Serves up. Nice hard serve. Good up to the setter who dumps it over. Libero gets an easy up to the middle. The middle drives it over. Libero gets a good up. Up to the outside who free balls it over. And the setter sets a back set. And that back set gets a nice kill for number 8. North's point. Number 9 is going to go back and serve again. Serve. Nice serve. And a dump over to the other side. Sets it to the middle. And the middle hits a nice serve. A nice hit, sorry. The outside gets another hit. And North was able to get it back up and over. And it gets right back over, but she calls a double, I believe. It's going to be Memorial's point. Number 13, the Libero, is going to go back and serve. Number 13 serves a nice hard serve. Libero gets it up, but it hits right up to the ceiling. That's going to be an ace. 13 goes back to serve again. Nice hard float serve. Good up, and the setter tips it over. That gives North the point. Score is currently tied at 8, with number 11 going back to serve for North. Good serve. And up, and the Libero, and it gets free balled over, but it hits the ceiling. I guess that's probably one of the advantages of being the home team, used to the low ceilings. Number 11 goes back to serve again. Setter sets it to the 9s. Gets a free ball over. Libero sets it to the setter. Goes for a back row. Gets a nice hit over. And she tries to get it up. And she hits the ceiling, but a badminton comes down instead. Just kidding. A birdie came down. No. Substitution for Memorial. Number 23 goes in for number 21. And number 11 goes in for number 22. Number 23 is going to go ahead and serve. Ball's up. A nice jump serve. Back row gets it, and it was a little bit of an overpass that they were just able to make sure it was knocked down on the north side. Number 23 serves again. Good serve again. And they're able to get it back up. Libero sets it to the 9, and she misses it. Hits it right into the net. That's going to be North's point. There's going to be a substitution before the serve. Number 13 for number 7. Number 8 is going to serve for North, and the score is tied at 10. Ball up. Libero helps out the back row player, and a push over, but it doesn't quite make it over the net. North's number 8 is going to go ahead and serve again. Ball up. A nice hard serve. And the setter is able to get it over the net to help it out. And the girl goes up for the pow and gets a nice hard hit back where nobody was. That's going to be a kill for number 32. Substitutions, number 31 for number 15 and number 14 for number 5 on Memorial's side. Number 31 is going to go ahead and serve. Ball up, and a nice serve. And that's going to be an ace for number 31. Number 31 for her second serve. Middle back row gets it up. Setter sets it to back outside. And the outside hits it, but it goes a little long. It's going to be Memorial's point again. Number 31 is going to go ahead and serve again. Nice hit straight to the middle of the court where nobody was standing. So that's going to be another ace for her. The score is currently 11-14 Memorial. Serves up. A nice serve to the middle, and the setting wasn't quite able to get there in time for that one. That's a timeout called for North. The score is currently 11-15 Memorial. .31 is going to go ahead and serve again. Nice floaty serve. The back row, and Libero helps her out to a free ball over. Good setup to the setter, who tips it to middle, and the middle tips it over and gets a good spot on that. Memorial's point, 11-16. Number 31 is going to serve again. A nice hard serve to the back middle, who gets a good up, but looks like the setter wasn't able to reach that one. Memorial serves again. And that's a nice hard serve, but it hits the bottom part of the net. Substitutions for North. Number 4 is going in for number 9, and number 15 is going back to serve. Number 15 is going to serve, and it goes right into the net. So that's going to be a Memorial's point. Number 32 is serving. Libero gets a good up, and number 8, the setter, tries to get it, but it goes through the ceiling, so it made it a little bit confusing. Memorial's point. 32 serves again. A nice serve. Libero gets a good up, but it's over in one. Setter dumps it over, but it's out of bounds. going to be North's point. Couple Libero Switch. And number 26, the Libero's going back to serve. Serves up. Good serve. Setter sets it to the back row, who drives it over, but it looks like it lands right on the line. So that's going to be Memorial's point. Couple substitutions. Number 21 for number 23, and number 22 for number 11. And looks like number 22 is going to go serve. Score is currently 14-20 Memorial. 22 serves. Good up. Setter gets it to the middle, and the middle drives it over and gets a good spot on the court. That's a touch from number 31, and that's going to be North's point. Substitution. Number 7 for number 13, and I believe number 7 is going to go serve. Ball's up. Nice hard serve. Libero gets a good up. Sets to the outside. Outside winds up for the hit, but hits it into the net. North's point. Number 7 goes back to serve again. A good serve. Good up to the setter, who sets a 9. And she gets a nice hard hit. But looks like somebody from North was in the net, so it's going to be Memorial's point. Couple substitutions again. 15 for 31 and number 5 for number 14. Number 5 is going to go serve for Memorial. The score is currently 16-21 Memorial. Number 5 serves. And looks like didn't quite go where she was intending it to. That's going to be an ace and a point for Memorial. Number 5 serves again. Good serve. Middle gets a good up. Sets to the outside, but they're going to call the setter for a double on that one. So it's going to be Memorial's point. Number 5 goes up to serve. Libero gets a good up to the setter. Setter sets to the outside, and the outside free balls it over. Setter sets to the outside again. Outside gets a good hit, and it just tips off the Libero, so that's going to be Memorial's point. The score is currently 16-24, and that's game point. Number 5 going back to serve. Good up by number 8, sets a back set, and she's not quite able to get there in time. That's the end of the second set for the game against Memorial and Eau Claire North. The ending score was 16-25 Memorial, and that's going to be Memorial's second win for this game. The start of the third set, we have North's number 8 serving. A nice hard serve, a good up, but it hits the ceiling. And the setter tries to play it off the ceiling, but it doesn't work quite that well. So that's going to be the Huskies' point. She's going to do her second serve. And a nice hard serve that they're able to get up. And it gets pushed over. They get it up and backset it over. Set to the middle, and a nice spot to tip it right in the corner of the blue line. The blue 10-foot line. Substitution, we're going to have number 31 go for number 15 on Memorial. Number 31 goes back to serve. The score is tied at 1. Ball's up. And a nice serve, but it hits right at the top of the net. So that's going to be the Huskies' point. Number 15 goes back to serve for the Huskies. A good jump serve over. Good up by number 14. Setter sets to the middle, and she pushes it over, but it hits a nice spot for that push. And the Huskies weren't able to get that one up and over. Number 32 goes back to serve. A nice hard serve that looks like it just rolled off their fingertips. So that's going to be Memorial's point again. Number 32 serves again. Another good serve. Number 8 gets it, and it pushes it over. And get dumped over by the outside. Goes up, and the outside hits it over. A good receive, and dumped over by the setter again. A nice roll over, and gets helped and pushed back over. The Libero free balls it back over into a good spot, too, and it's over in 1. Gets pushed back over, and now it's getting set up, and a nice back hit, but it was a push over. Outside gets a roll and a good help. Outside hits, but it hits into the net. Libero number 13 comes back in for Memorial. And that's going to be North's point. Score is tied at 3. Number 26 for North is going to serve. She goes up to serve. A nice serve over. That was lots of topspin on it. That's going to be ace for number 26. Number 26 serves again. Another good serve. A good up, but it goes into the net, and they're not quite able to get it back up into play. .26 serves again. Good jump serve. But it lands just out of bounds. Substitutions. Number 21 goes in for number 23. And number 22 is going to go in for number 11 for Memorial. Number 22 is serving. Score is currently 5-4. .22 serves. Good up from the middle back row, but it gets tipped over and blocked. Memorial's point, and it's tied at 5. .22 has a good serve over. A good up from the back row to the outside, and the outside tips it over, and it was a pretty hard tip and good spot placement. North's point. Substitution for North, number 7 is going to go in for number 14, and she's going to serve. She serves, and it looks like it was just out of bounds, but the main ref called it in. So that's going to be the Huskies' point. Number 7 serves again. A nice hard serve. Good up from the back row. Setter sets back, and a nice hard hit. Good up from the libero, and they push it over. And the ball lands on the ground. So that's going to be Huskies' point. Number 7 is going to go ahead and serve again. Ball up. Good up from the libero. Back sets it, and a nice hard hit straight to the libero. Libero gets it up, and the setter tips it over. Number 24 pushes it back over. Setter pushes it to the middle, and middle tips it over, but it lands just out of bounds, so that's going to be Memorial's point. Substitutions, number 5 is going in for number 14, and number 15 is going in for number 31. Number 5 for Memorial is going to serve, and the score is 8-6. I believe North is in the lead. Number 5 serves a nice short serve, and good spot placement for that. That's going to be an ace for her. She goes back to serve again. Ball's up. A nice serve. A good up from the middle. Sets to the outside, and the outside rolls it over. Back row takes control and takes a drive off of it. Libero gets a good up, sets to back, and a free ball over. A nice up and gets pushed over. Libero pushes it to the setter. Setter, and the outside, it hits it over. Hits it right in the middle behind the block. And nice spot placement for that one as well. Husky substitution. Number 9 is going in for number 4, and she's also going to go ahead and serve. The score is currently 9-7. Serves up for number 9. And that's going to be... Looks like there's some confusion with the rotation for the Huskies. Looks like that's an automatic point for number 13. So she's going to go ahead and serve. And a nice serve right over the net. And they try and help it and free ball it back over, but aren't quite able to get there. Number 13 goes back to serve again. The score is currently tied at 9. Nice serve over. Libero gets it up. Number 9 helps it out, and Libero tries to get it all the way over. Didn't quite have enough power under that one. 13 goes back to serve again. Nice serve, but it was just out of bounds. Huskies point, and number 11 is going to go ahead and serve. Score is currently tied at 10. A nice hard serve. Libero gets a good up to the setter. Setter sets it back, and she gets a nice hit cross court to the corner. Number 11 is trying to get there, but didn't quite get there in time. Substitutions for Memorial. Number 23 going in for number 21. Number 11 going in for number 22. 23 is going back to serve. And the score is 11-10, Memorial in the lead. .23 serves. A nice jump serve to the back row, and she's going to get an ace on that. 23's ball again. Goes up for another nice jump serve. and a push over from the middle. Outside tips it over, and they had someone there, but she wasn't quite able to get under it. Number 23 goes back to serve again. Nice serve over. Lands right on the line, so that's an ace for number 23. Hard serve up, and it landed just short, and it got tipped over, but it looks like that was a little bit of confusion on that one. The score is currently 10-15 with Memorial in the lead. Another hard jump serve, but the Huskies call it as out. Substitutions, number 14 is going to go in for number 7, and number 8 for the Huskies is going to serve. A nice hard serve that they get up and goes over in one, and looks like it gets pushed down and over. Good angle on her hands on that one. Libero comes back in for the Huskies. Number 8 serves. Another hard serve, but the Libero helps out, and we're going to free ball it over. A good up. Setter sets to back row, and the back row free balls it over again. Gets pushed over. Back set and another free ball. And a nice outside set that's a little far, so it gets pushed. And a tip over, but it doesn't quite make it over the net. Another point for North. Number 8 serves. Nice float serve. 23 gets a back bump and straight to the Libero. A nice hit to the outside, who once again gets a hit off the net. The net is working in her favor tonight. Number 8 is going to go ahead and serve again. A nice hard serve. Libero gets up perfect almost to the setter, who dumps it over and gets a little bit of help. Goes over perfectly. Substitutions, number 14 is going in for number 5, and number 31 is going in for number 15. 31 is going back to serve. The score is currently 14-16 with North in the lead. Not North, sorry, Memorial in the lead. 31 serves it over. North up and free balls it over again. And a little bit of miscommunication. So that's going to be North's point again. Substitution for North. And it looks like we're just going to take a timeout instead. That's going to be Memorial's first call on a timeout in this set. Score is currently 15-16, Memorial in the lead. And we're back with number 15 for North is going to serve. And a substitution went where number 4 went in for number 9. 15's about to serve. Has a jump serve. and got an ace on that one. She's going to go back to serve again. Straight to Libero. Libero gets a good up, and the setter tips it over. But it looks like both teams ended up being in the net. So we're just going to have a replay. So 15 is going to reserve. A good serve, and looks like one of their players is a little hurt. Number 15 is going to go and serve again. Another nice jump serve. But looks like there's some problems with the scoreboard. So we're going to take a minute to figure that out. .15 serves straight to the Libero. Libero gets a good up, back set, and a nice hit, but it's just out of bounds, a little bit long. Good call for the Huskies. 15 is going to serve again. The score is 18-16 North. Her float serve was just a little bit under, so that was short. Libero comes back, Libero leaves the court for Memorial, and 32 serves. A nice hard topspin serve. And a free ball over from the Libero that doesn't quite go over the net. 32 goes back to serve again. A nice hard serve, but it just goes in the net. Libero comes back in. And number 26 for the Huskies, the Libero goes to serve. A nice hard serve to the other Libero, and she hits it. She bumps it out of bounds. Point for the Huskies, and goes back to serve number 26. Another good serve, a good up. Setter back sets it over the net. Gets set up, and the outside hits it, but it goes a little bit in a different direction. So it's going to be some substitutions. Number 21 for number 23, number 22 for number 11, and 22 serves. Score right now is 20-19, and North is in the lead. 22 ball up. Nice hard serve. Good up from the middle back. And a push over. A nice outside set who hits it hard, but it goes into the net. North point. Substitution number 7 goes in for number 14, and she serves. Ball up. Hard serve, but it goes under the net. More substitutions. Number 5 for number 14 and number 15 for number 31 for Memorial. 5 goes back to serve, and the score is 21-20 North. 5 gets a hard serve, good up from North, and a hard hit, but they're going to call the setter on a double for that one. That's going to be Memorial's point and Memorial serve. 5 ball up, and a pretty lofty serve. And a push over from North. that the libero has to help out on, and a free ball over. 8 helps her out. Setter sets, but it goes over the net, and the libero is able to help out with that POW. A nice free ball spot, and it's going to get set over. Helped out, and set to the outside, and the outside gets a nice hit over right into a spot that nobody's at. Point for North, and substitution for North. Number 9 for number 4, and number 9 will serve. Ball's up. It's going to be Memorial's point for another out of rotation. So that's going to be Memorial's serve. Number 13, the libero, is serving, and the score is tied at 22. Hard serve, good up. And it's going to be a free ball over. Nice spot for that they're going to do another free ball back. The libero helps, and a back set that gets pushed over. A nice outside set that gets tipped. And a good bump set that gets tipped over. And some miscommunication gives the point to the North Huskies. It's going to be Libero Switch, and number 11 serves. Ball's up. Nice hard serve, but a good up from number 5. An outside hit that's a little bit out of bounds. That's going to be North's point. The score is currently game point, 24-22 with North in the lead. 11 is going to go ahead and serve again. Eleven serves. Libero gets it. Setter sets it to the middle, and the middle helps out. Hits the ceiling, but a good help over the net. That's a free ball over. And a nice drive that she gets back up. Setter helps it, and a free ball over. Libero gets it up to the setter. Setter pushes it back, and she tries to tip it over. But it's going to be Memorial's point for being in the net, I believe. Therefore, some substitutions are going to happen. 23 for 21 and 11 for 22. 23 is going to serve, and it's still game point 24-23 with North in the lead. 23 serves. A nice hard serve. Libero gets it up. Let's see if she can help it. And a free ball over. Setter back sets, and she hits it. A nice set to the middle. Middle hits it in perfect position. So that's going to make... That's going to give the point to... That's going to give the point to North, and North is going to win that set. The ending score is 25-23, North 1-1, and Memorial 1-2. Welcome back to the third game of the JV Triangular Tournament. The final game is going to be between Emmanuel Lutheran High School and the Eau Claire North Huskies. To start the set, we have number 4, Ella Bernthal serving. A nice hard serve. Back row gets it up. Good set to the setter and tip it over. And they went up for the block, but I think they left a little bit too much space between them and the net. So it fell down right in between. Substitution number 13 for number 7 for the North Huskies. And number 8 is going to go ahead and serve. Serves hard to the back row, and nice up by Ava. Ella pops it up, and Sophia pushes it back to a perfect spot on the court. The libero wasn't quite able to get there. That's going to be the point for Emmanuel. And number 1, Audrey Arndt, is going to serve. Ball's up, a nice hard serve, but it went just under the net. That's going to be a point for North, but there's going to be a quick substitution for Emmanuel, number 11 going in for number 1. And number 15 from North is going to serve. She has a nice jump serve. And looks like we weren't quite in the right positions to receive that one. '15 is going to serve again for North. Another nice serve. A good up by Cheyenne, number 14. And she's going to hit it. And a nice spot. Tipped right off the block. And the tip cover wasn't able to hit that one up. We're going to rotate on the Emmanuel side. And number 2, Sophia Carsonson, is going to serve. A nice hard serve. And that's going to be an ace for Emmanuel. Number 2, Sophia, is going to serve again. Another nice hard serve right to the libero. And that's another ace for Sophia. The score is currently 4-3, Emmanuel. Sophia serves again, and that's going to be another ace for Sophia. Went right between the libero's hands. Ball up, and another hard serve, but that one went into the net this time. Now number 26, the libero, is going to serve for North. A nice hard serve. Hits off Sophia, and we try to recover it, but it doesn't quite work. That's going to be North's point, and the libero is going to go serve again. Hard serve. Sophia gets a nice up to Ella, setter, and Ava tries to set it over, but ends up crossing the line and in the net. Libero is going to serve again. Score is currently 5-6 with North winning. Hard serve into the net for the libero. Now we're going to have some substitutions. Number 18, Izzy Rail, going in for number 13, Allie Roth. And number 9, Kirsten Gallagher, going in for number 4, Ella Bernthal. Number 18, Izzy, is going to go ahead and serve. Serves up. A nice short float serve, and that's going to be an ace for Izzy. Izzy is going to go ahead and serve again. serves up another nice short serve. And they get it over in one, and we try and set it over, but there's a big miscommunication between the setter and the back row player. Substitution for North, number 7 going in for 13. She's going to serve. Seven serves. A nice hard serve. Good up by Ava. Izzy and Kirsten goes to free ball over. 7 sets it. And a nice hard hit from number 11, but it goes into the net. Rotates on the Emmanuel side. And number 14, Cheyenne Wales serves. We're going to have a quick substitution before that. Number 1, Audrey Arndt is going in for number 11, Abby Heinze. Cheyenne has a nice hard serve. That's over back in 1. Izzy sets and a middle hit from Kirsten. Good serve received by that. Number 4 tries to hit it back over, and it ends up going under the net. Cheyenne Wales' second serve. Ball up. Nice hard serve again, and that's going to be an ace for her. Serves up. Another hard serve to the Libero. A nice set to the outside who hits it over, but Sophia gets a good nice up. And she sets it, middle hits it, and it goes just over and gets a kill because they aren't able to return that. So that's going to be a kill for number 9, Kirsten Gallagher. Score is currently 11-6, Emmanuel in the lead. Nice, another hard serve from number 14, and an outside hit that goes out of bounds. Good call for Emmanuel. Serves up. Another nice hard serve. But it didn't matter because North was out of rotation. So that's going to be an automatic point for Emmanuel. And Cheyenne, is number 14, is going to have another serve. Serves up. Another nice hard serve, but it was right into the net. Number 4 for North is going to go ahead and serve. Hard serve. Ava has a nice set. Izzy sets middle, and a nice hit from Kirsten. It's going to go over, but looks like our positioning on that was not quite where it needed to be. So that's going to be North's point, and second serve for number 4. Serves up. A hard serve, but it's out of bounds. Number 10, Ava Williams, is up first serve for Emmanuel. Ball up, and a nice topspin serve. That's going to give her an ace. The score is currently 15-8, Emmanuel in the lead. Ava serves again. Good serve, good up. Hit to the outside. Sophia gets a good up. Izzy sets, and Kirsten pushes it over. Libero gets it up, and the setter isn't quite able to get that one to set it back up for the team. Emmanuel's getting in a groove right now. Ava's going to serve her third serve, I believe. A nice, good, hard serve. And nice way to get up to block for number 1, Audrey Arndt. Nice positioning on that, and way to keep her hands straight up and out of the net. timeout called for North, and the score is 17-8, Emmanuel in the lead. That's going to be the end of the first timeout that we have. Number 10, Ava Williams, is still up to serve. We're checking rotation for the North Huskies. Making sure they know their lineup. Serves up. Nice serve. Good up for her, and it's going to be a push over. Good help on that, but we weren't quite ready to help Ava out on that up. That's going to be a point for North. And number 11 is going to serve. Hard serve for 11. That was a bullet drop. Cheyenne did her best, but couldn't quite get it up in time. That's going to be an ace for number 11. Number 11 serves again. Another nice hard serve. Audrey gets it up. Ava tries to help her out, but wasn't quite in the right direction. That's going to be another point for North, and the score is 17-11. Emmanuel still in the lead. Serves up. And that's going to be one more ace for her. That's a timeout called by Emmanuel. Current score is 17-12, Emmanuel winning. Each team has now called one timeout, and it's going to be number 11 serving. Serves up. Nice serve. Good up by Cheyenne. Izzy gets to outside. Sophia hits it, and it's a good spot placement. Setter helps, and it's going to be a free ball over. Ava gets it up. Izzy sets it up to middle. Audrey has a nice hit, but lacked a little snap on that one. Ball up. Good serve again, Cheyenne, but no help was there for that one. Serves up. Another hard serve, but it looks like Emmanuel was out of rotation. So that's going to be an automatic point for Emmanuel. 11 serves or gets prepared to serve again. after the Emmanuel lineup check. Serves up. Good serve. Cheyenne serves it over, and they try to pow it, but it hits the net. Substitutions. We're going to have number 13, Allie Roth, going for number 18, Izzy Rail. And number 4, Ella Bernthal, going for number 9, Kirsten Gallagher. Ella is going to serve. Serves up. Hard serve. Middle gets a good up. Sets to outside. Outside sets it. And Ava tries to get it up, but it goes a little towards the back. North Point. Number 8 serves, but there's going to be a quick substitution. Number 13 for number 7. Serve hard, and Sophia goes for it, but hits the wrong part. And we aren't able to help her out on that one. Score is 18-17. Emmanuel's still in the lead. Number 8 is about to serve again. Serve. Sophia gets a good up. Ella sets. Allie hits it over. And they tip it over, and we were not prepared for that. All tied up at 18. Eight serves again. And a nice hard serve. And we try to help her out, but that one shanks. It's going to be number 8 serving again. I believe this is her 3rd serve. Follows up. Another hard serve. That's out of bounds. Good call for Emmanuel. We're going to rotate. And number 1, Audrey Arndt, is going to serve. It's all tied up at 19s. Ball up. A nice hard serve, but it flowed. Had a little bit of float to it and carried it out of bounds. Substitution number 9 for number 15 for Eau Claire North. And for Eau Claire Emmanuel, we have number 11 for number 1. Number 9 is getting ready to serve. Ball up. Hard serve. And it's in right on the line. North Point. And number 9 serve. Another serve. A good up by Sophia. And a set by Ella. But it looks like it was right above her head and nobody could get there in time. Another serve for number 9. Serve. Good up by Abby. Set. And miscommunication for Emmanuel. Timeout called for Emmanuel. That's going to be the end of the timeout. That's 2 timeouts called for Emmanuel and 1 timeout called for North. Score is currently 19-23 with North in the lead, and number 9 has served for North. A nice hard serve. Ava gets it up. Ellis and Cheyenne hits a nice hit to the Libero. And they free ball it over. Ava gets it ready, and Cheyenne hits it. It's going to be Emmanuel's ball for an out-of-bounds call. Number 2, Sophia Carstensen is up to serve for Emmanuel. She hits it into the net. So it's going to be North's ball. The Libero 26 is going to serve, and it is currently game point. A nice hard serve. Good up by Abby, but nobody was able to help her. So that's going to end the first set of this game with a score of 25-20 North. Beginning of the second set, number 8 for the North Huskies is going to serve. Good serve over, good up by Audrey Arndt, and it's just up at the net, so that, and it falls straight down on Emmanuel's side. It's going to be North's point. Number 8 serves again. Another hard serve. That is an ace. Our back row was not able to get to. Number 8 serves again. Another hard serve. Audrey Arndt is a good up. Set to Allie, and Sophia gets a nice hard hit, but it lands out of bounds. Number 8 serves again. Good up by Ava to Sophia, and a push over by Ella. Free ball, and a dropped ball from, I guess, miscommunication. Score is 4-0 North. 8 serves. Another nice hard serve. Gets an up and a free ball over by Ella. Libero goes up and a tip over, but it's going to be a Manuel's point because someone from North was in the net. Number 4, Ella Bernthal serves for Emmanuel. A nice hard serve. Good up by the back row to the outside hitter. Middle pushes it back, and it's pushed right back over and a drop off. Emmanuel's point. It's going to be number 4 serving. Another nice hard serve, and that's going to be an ace for Ella Bernthal. Ball's up. Another hard serve. Good up and a tip over. Nice up by back row to the setter and a hit by Allie, but it looks like that one is a little too much power under it, and that one went out of bounds. So that's going to be North's point. Substitution number 9 for number 15, and 9 goes to serve. Nine serves. Good up by Allie. Ella gets there and pushes it over. And a free ball over. That is dropped on the Emmanuel side. Number 9 continues to serve. A lofty serve. Ava gets it up. And a middle hit that's hit pretty hard. And they're able to receive it, but it hits the ceiling. Nice hit for number 1, Audrey Arndt. There's going to be a substitution. Number 11, Abby Heinze for number 1, Audrey Arndt. And Abby is going to serve for Audrey instead this time. A nice hard serve, and it's going to be an immediate over. Ella sets it, and Allie gets a free ball over that is dropped on the North side. Point for Emmanuel, and Abby is going to serve. Nice serve over, but there's a foot violation. So that's going to be the Huskies' point. Libero switch on the Husky side, 11 for 12, and 26 goes back to serve. Jump serve into the net. Emmanuel's point. Number 2, Sophia Carstensen serves. That's going to be another point for Emmanuel because of rotation error for North. Sophia Carstensen serves. A nice hard serve. That's set and set over. Abby gets it up. Ella sets it, and Ava hits it over. A nice hit inbounds. A good cross-court kill. Score is 8-7, Emmanuel. And number 2, Sophia Carstensen serves. Nice serve over. And a free ball over. A good up by Cheyenne. Ella sets a back set, and Allie hits it, free balls it over. And then a nice pow from Allie, and another pow from Cheyenne. And it's going to be a free ball over. Sophia helps it out. Ella sets it outside, and Ava hits it over. Libero gets a nice up to number 8, and that's an outside hit with good spot placement. That was a nice spot for her to hit that. That's going to be a point for the North Huskies. Substitution number 7 for number 14. 7 goes back to serve. And for Emmanuel, number 16, Madison Bauer for number 2, Sophia Carstensen. Scores all tied up at 8. A lofty serve, and it's out of bounds. So that's going to be an immediate point for Emmanuel. Substitution for Emmanuel, number 9, Kirsten Gallagher for number 4, Ella Bernthal. And number 18, Izzy Rail for number 13, Allie Roth. Izzy Rail, setter, is going to serve for Emmanuel. A nice serve, good up and scrappiness, but they're not quite able to get the ball back over the net. Izzy serves again. A lofty serve and a free ball back over. Good up, set to the outside, and Kirsten bumps it over. Libero gets it up, setter sets outside, outside hits the ball, and doesn't look like we were in the right positions of coverage for that one. So that's going to be a point for North. Substitution number 15 for number 9. And number 4 for the North Huskies is going to serve. Score is currently 10-9 Emmanuel. Hard serve from number 4 and a good up from the back row. Kirsten bumps it over. Gets a nice set and a free ball over. And that's a free ball kill. Score is all tied up at 10s. Number 4 is going to serve again. Hard serve. Abby hits it off of her hands, and it goes across the court. Not able to get that one back. Score is 10-11 with North in the lead. Number 4 goes back to serve again. A lofty serve that lands just in the corner of the court. Timeout call for Emmanuel Lutheran. And the score is 10-12 with North in the lead. Number 4 is going to go ahead and serve again. And that's going to be an ace for her. Number 4 serves again. Another hard serve, a good up by Abby. Sets to the outside, Kirsten free balls it over. Libero gets it up in one. Sets to the middle, which is going to be called for a double, I believe. Yep. Cheyenne Wales serves. Gets a good up from the Libero, and that's going to be a free ball. 14 gets it up, and an outside, and Abby looks like another miscommunication in the front row. Substitution, number 1, Audrey Arndt for number 11, Abby Heinze. Number 11 serves. And it's going to be a serve in the net, so that's Emmanuel's point. Substitution, number 8, Natalie Story for number 10, Ava Williams. And she's going to serve. Number 8, Natalie serves. And that's going to be a push over. Natalie gets it up. And it's a free ball by Madison over. They bump it up and free ball it back over. Natalie gets it up. Izzy sets it. And that's another free ball over. And sets back up. And they aren't able to recover from that one. Emmanuel point. Substitution number 2, Sophia Carstensen, going in for number 16, Maddie Bauer. Bro, what are you? Number 8, Natalie Story serves. And serves it off to the side. That's a point for North. Number 8 is going to serve. But it looks like we're having some rotation troubles. A good serve. Good up by Natalie. But we aren't quite able to get under it to figure that one out. Number 8 serves again. A nice serve over the net. Score is currently 13-17, North in the lead. Another nice serve. Natalie gets it up. And looks like the setter isn't able to get that one either. North ball. A nice serve that we're able to get up, but we free ball it over. Libero helps them back up, and a nice hit, but it goes into the net. Emmanuel point. Number 4, Ella Bernthal goes in for number 9, Kirsten Gallagher, and number 13, Allie Roth goes in for number 18, Izzy Rail. A nice serve, and it gets hit over, but the ball gets rolled off the block and lands on Emmanuel's side. Substitution number 9 goes in for number 15. Number 9 serves. Good hard serve to Allie Roth. Natalie helps it, and another miscommunication on the court. Number 9 gets ready to serve again. Nice serve. Gets a good up, help, and a free ball over. Libero gets a good up to the other side, sets to the outside, tips it over, and right into the hole on the court where nobody is. Good spot placement for number 4. Substitutions. We are going to have number 10, Ava Williams, going for number 8, Natalie Story, and number 14, Cheyenne Wales, going for number 5, Natalie Girdle. Meanwhile, number 9 is still going to serve. And that serve was perfect placement. That's an ace for them. Score is 14-22 North. Number 9 is about to serve. A lofty serve. Allie gets it up. Help and free ball over by Sophia. Libero gets a nice up to the setter. Setter goes to outside. Outside hits it over. Touches the block. Ella sets it up and it goes right over the net, but they push it back over and we aren't able to do anything about that one. Number 9 continues to serve for the Huskies. Another nice hard serve. Allie gets it up. Sophia tips it over. Libero's ready for that. She free balls it over. Sophia helps. And a nice tip over, but Emmanuel's in the net. That's going to be another point for North, and that makes this game point. The score is 24-14 with number 9 serving. And she hits the serve under the net. So now it's going to be rotate and Emmanuel serve. Number 1, Audrey Arndt is serving. Score is 15-24, still game point. Serves up. Nice hard serve. And that's an ace for her. Number 1 serves again. Another crazy hard serve, but it looks like it just missed the top of the net. That's going to be the end of the second set. And the ending score for that was 16-25, North won. And they are about to call up the captains to figure out who gets served for the third set. beginning of the third set. 8 serves. Hard serve. Ava helps it out and a free ball over. And number 8 sets it back up. And a push back to the back of the court. A nice drive, but it goes into the net. Number 4, Ella Bernthal serves. Nice hard serve. Good up. And a nice hit, but it's a good Number 26, Libero gets that dig. And a free ball over. Ava gets it up, and Audrey helps her out, and Sophia pushes it over. But it ends up being out of bounds. Number 15 serves. Good up by Ava Williams and a set to that middle. A nice tip. Set back up after the 1. And a hit, but it ends up being out of bounds. Husky ball. Good serve up by Izzy and a set to the outside that Izzy hits over. Good up, and it hits the back row who gets a free ball over. A nice hit, but it is also out of bounds. Lacking snap. Number 15 serves again. Ava gets another good up. Ella sets it up, and it's a double. Number 15 for North serves again. The score is 1-4 North. Another float, and Cheyenne gets it up, but it goes into the net. Number 15 gets ready to serve another. Lofty serve, Cheyenne gets up, Ella sets it, and it goes over the net. But we are very in the net on that round. So that's going to be another point for Huskies and an Emmanuel timeout. That's one timeout called for Emmanuel and no timeouts called for North. North's number 15 is going to be serving again. Ball up. And a nice spot, but a free ball over, and that's a free ball kill for Cheyenne Wales. So they're going to rotate, and that's going to be Emmanuel's ball. Number 1, Audrey Arndt, is going to serve. Ball up. Nice hard serve. And number 15, and it gets tipped over. Cheyenne goes up for the hit, and it gets blocked and dug. A nice hit, but it shanks off the side of her arms. North's ball. Libero number 26 serves. And substitution number 11, Abby Heinze for number 1, Audrey Arndt. that's going to be right on the line. Ace for number 26. Serves again. And right into the net. A manual ball. Number 2, Sophia Carstensen goes to serve. And she serves it into the net. Substitution number 7 for number 13 for North. And 7 goes to serve. Serves right over the net. And that's an ace. She's going to go ahead and serve again. Score is currently 3-10. North ball. And substitution number 5, Natalie Girdle for number 2, Sophia Carstensen. Abby gets a good up. Natalie helps her out, and Ella gets a free ball over. Setter sets it up to outside. Outside tips it over, and it's a little bit scrappy, but we're not quite able to get the third hit over the net. 3-11 North. Number 7 keeps serving. A nice serve right over the net. Good up. And a nice hit. And that's shanked off of the Libero's arms. That's Emmanuel's ball. And number 18, Izzy Rail, goes back to serve. Serve up. Nice spot placement for the serve. Sets up to outside. Outside hits it. Gets a good dig. And setter tries to push it to the outside, but nobody was really there. Sub number 9, Kirsten Gallagher for number 4, Ella Bernthal. Another serve. And we try to get the shank back, but it doesn't quite work. Number 4 for North is serving again. Ball up. Abby gets a good up. Setter Izzy tries to help, but isn't quite able to get there in time. Score is 4-14. North in the lead. Number 4 serves again. A nice hard serve to the net. Emmanuel rotates, and 14 Cheyenne Wells is going to serve. But we have North number 9 going in for number 4. And number 16, Madison Bauer, going in for number, I believe, 14, Cheyenne Wells. And number 1, Audrey Arndt, going in for number 11, Abby Heinze. Number 16, Madison serves. A nice up by the Libero. And a pushover. And a drop ball. Miscommunication once again. That will be North's point, and number 11 will serve after the Libero switch. Score is 5-15, North winning. Ball up. A nice serve, good up, and a try to push over, but it doesn't quite work. Eleven prepares to serve again. A nice up by number 1, Audrey, and a hit by Ava, and it's just out of bounds. North point. Number 11 serves again for North. Ball up. Nice hard serve. Natalie gets it up. Madison helps her out, but it goes in the wrong direction. North ball. Score is now 5-18. North in the lead. Eleven serves again. Natalie gets a good up. Madison helps her out. Ava gets a free ball over. Oh. Another free ball. Natalie up. Izzy and Ava hits it, but it goes into the net. Serve. Natalie gets an up. Madison helps her out, and Kirsten gets a free ball over. They go to the outside, tips it over, and it hits the net and goes down. Another Husky point. Score is 5-20. Huskies in the lead. 11 goes back to serve again. Ball up. Nice serve. And tried to push it, but it didn't quite work. Ball up. And a little bit of a shank. Substitution number 14, Cheyenne Wales, for number 16, Madison Bauer. 11 will continue serving. Almost hit her in the head. Not really sure what just happened there, but ball up again. Good up by Natalie. Set and a hit by Audrey. And a nice hit with that. She's on fire tonight. Emmanuel's point and serve. Number 10, Ava Williams serving. Scores. Good serve over to the outside, who hits it into the net. Another point for Emmanuel. Score is 7-22. Substitution number 2, Sophia Carstensen, for number 5, Natalie Gergel. Ball up. Good serve, good up to the setter, who goes to middle, who tips it over. But the girls, the up ref called it as a carry on the middle. And that's going to be North point. Number 13 goes in for number 7. Number 8 goes back to serve. Score is 7-23 North. A nice hard serve over. Ava gets it up. Cheyenne helps her out. And a free ball over, and that's a free ball kill. Emmanuel point. Number 9, Kirsten Gallagher, is serving. A nice serve. And that's going to be an ace for her. Score is 9-23 North. Kirsten serves again. A nice serve. That's going to go straight over the net, and we're going to go way into the net. Substitution number 4 comes in for number 9, and this is game point. 9-24, with number 15 up for serve. And a serve into the net. That's Emmanuel's point. Number 1, Audrey Arndt is serving. Ball up. Nice hard serve. And we're going to set it to the outside, and she's going to hit it over. And the libero helps her out. Push over. Ava gets it up. Setter helps it out. And Cheyenne smacks it down. And that's a nice hit, resulting in a kill for the Emmanuel Lancers. Score is now 11-24 North. Audrey Arndt serves again. Ball up. Nice hard serve, but it just hit the net. And that's going to be the game. Thanks for watching. The ending score was 25-11. No, bye.